Welcome to week 3. We are going to take what you did last week with our ERDs and enhance them. So hopefully this will be exciting. It'll reinforce what you learned last week and better prepare you to get a database designing type of job. So in preparation for class this week, you'll have listened to this lecture set. You'll have done the reading chapter 9 for Watts. You'll find that most of that chapter actually talks about the cardinalities and optionalities, which we talked about last week. So it's just kind of reference material. I find that the textbook chapters for the ERDs are a little bit better as reference material rather than learning from them. So hopefully you'll find them useful for that as well. But the chapter does also talk about foreign keys and associative entities, or at least foreign keys in chapter 9 as well. So that should all come together there. For classes, you'll need to have basically 3 assignments done. The first one being the ERD assignment number 1. Like I said last week, if you want to stop at the point that we stopped with the lecture set, that's fine. There is opportunities to use the foreign keys and associative entities from this week in your assignment. So if you include them, that is awesome. If you don't, I'm not going to mark it wrong because I hadn't taught you by the time I presented the homework. Yeah, so make sure you get that to me, and then you have the discussion post for the first part of the reading. Like I said before, it does not have to be super long. Mostly I just want you to be on track on getting started reading on it and show me that you read something and you're pulling something out of it and you're thinking about ethics as we're going through the class. And then project milestone. So we will spend a little time in class talking about our project ideas. Some of you have already gotten a good start on that, which is awesome. Something that you might consider is trying to sketch out an early version of your ERD. That can kind of help you figure out whether your project is going to be in scope or out of scope in terms of size, whether it might be too small, or whether you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble because it's way too complex. Like I am the overly complex type. Everything I do turns into something like that's 2-3 times bigger than I thought it would be. I feel like most of us have that pattern. So if you're one of the students that's like me, know yourself. Keep it simple for your own sanity. That's my personal advice as someone who's been through this class. Okay, so we will go through the big ideas for the week, and then wrap up with a look at the assignments for the following week. Okay, so what are we going to talk about this week? We are going to talk about foreign keys and integrity. We talked a little bit about foreign keys before. We mentioned them sort of in passing, but now we're going to get deep into them. Associative entities, those of you who hung out after 8:30 got your first taste of associative entities in class. We're going to see what they are, what they're used for, why they're important. Then we're going to go into supertypes, subtypes, and then our generalization and specialization rules. Those 2 last sections are really what makes an EERD an enhanced EERD. If you look at other textbooks, a lot of them don't even have these 2 things in there. So this is kind of specialized knowledge that will set you apart from other folks, which is always nice. And it's not that hard. So hopefully, yeah, this will be a week of reinforcing your knowledge, practicing, and just taking it that much extra. These are basically your key terms. Again, the lecture set's shorter than it was last week. You have a lot fewer key terms, and that's your evidence for it. All right. Here we go.